YouTube, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, part 2, okay, of that 3-part series, alright, and spoilers of chapter 64, okay. Today, our good friends over at CBR.com, yeah, that's right, we got an article from them, why Naruto is still strong without Kurama, and what he may do next, coming up right after this. Alright guys, we are back now. Okay, let's hop right into the article. Now there has been speculation ever since Naruto has lost Kurama as to how strong Naruto might currently be, okay? Well, I have a couple answers to those questions as to why this is part 2. This is going to be diving into some things that he may get into, or as we may see, just like at the end of chapter 64, we see Naruto getting ready to head into battle for the first time since losing Kurama, okay? But let's hop right into this article, alright? With recent events in Boruto leaving Naruto without Kurama, the Hokage now must rely on his other abilities to stay on top. Recently in Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, Naruto lost Kurama, the nine-tailed fox that had been sealed within him his whole life. While initially something of an antagonist during Naruto, by the end of Shippuden, Kurama had become one of Naruto's staunchest allies. Since the war, Naruto has favored using Kurama's power over his own, making the sudden death and loss of his friend all the more devastating. However, because Naruto was afraid of using Kurama's power for the first half of his life, he ended up developing a lot of skills and abilities that were purely his own. While he definitely took advantage of his powers as a Jinchuriki, Naruto had many talents of his own too. Being an Uzumaki and reincarnate of Ashura, Naruto's chakra reserves were already deeper than most shinobi, even without Kurama. His body also benefited from this by being much stronger and more resilient. During the Chunin exams, Kabuto claimed that Naruto's power as a Genin was already terrifying and could rival whole squads of shinobi if he were to master his chakra control. The Shadow Clone Jutsu is among the first of his techniques that comes to mind, and for no small reason. This is a highly advanced ability that normally only Jonin can master, but Naruto did so as an academy student. This jutsu became a staple move, with Naruto advancing it further while also incorporating it into other techniques to make them more effective. The Rasengan is another of Naruto's jutsu, with it possibly being his most iconic. Considered as strong as the Chidori, the Rasengan is a jutsu capable of beating powerful opponents in a single hit. While invented by his father, the 4th Hokage, Naruto developed it much further than anyone else was able to. He was the first to add different chakra natures to the jutsu and created nearly all of its enhanced variations, like the giant Rasengan and the devastating Rasen Shuriken. The summoning jutsu is also at Naruto's disposal. With it, he was able to summon the mighty Gamabunta, a giant toad capable of holding his own against the tailed beast. It was through this technique that he was able to learn the reverse summoning jutsu that transported him to Mount Myoboku, where he was able to learn Senjutsu and Sage Mode from the toads. While the Rasengan is quite powerful, Naruto's most dangerous technique is easily his ability to enter Sage Mode. Y'all seeing why this is, part 2? Originally, starting with the Toad Sage Mode, this ability increased Naruto's physical abilities tremendously via Senjutsu Chakra, allowing him to take down most of the paths of pain without assistance from Kurama. The only drawback was that there was a limit on how long he could maintain the form before running out of natural energy. As strong as Sage Mode was, Naruto gained an even higher form of the power by the Sage of Six Paths. Now this is kinda skeptical because knowing that Naruto no longer has access to this power, let's see what's being said. Known as 6-Path Sage Mode, this form takes all the benefits of Naruto's Toad Sage Mode and increases them exponentially, as well as adding a few more abilities. One such ability is his upgraded senses. While before Naruto was able to sense the life forces of others in the area, with 6-Path Sage Mode, he can sense beings that exist in their own dimensions, like Madara's Limbo clone. Not only does his body become much stronger than in the Toad Sage Mode, but Naruto also gains access to all 5 nature transformations in Yin-Yang release. With the latter, Naruto can summon his own True-Seeking Orbs and heal individuals, such as how he regrew Kakashi's left eye and kept Might Guy alive. He can use this special senjutsu to fly as well, increasing his mobility greatly. This form also passively and actively gathers natural energy, practically eliminating the time limit that came with his normal Toad Sage Mode. With all these abilities, Naruto was already quite strong without Kurama, but he wasn't the only tailed beast Naruto was connected to. During the war, when Naruto and Sasuke met the Sage of 6 Paths, the Sage decided to have Naruto act as something of meeting place for all the tailed beasts. While this was meant to help keep peaceful relations, it also turned Naruto into conduit for their power, giving him access to all their Jinchuriki's abilities. Now that he is without Kurama, Naruto has reason to further develop his Sage modes, mastering an even higher level of Senjutsu than he originally thought possible. With Sage mode granting him access to all 5 chakra natures, his ability to learn new types of jutsu is essentially infinite. He also has access to all of the different tailed beasts, and could probably become any of their Jinchuriki without much convincing, especially if Kurama is gone for good. But the most out of left field option for him would be to become the Jinchuriki for the 10 tails that is being guarded by Code. With Naruto already having access to all the tail beast chakras, he was practically a 10 tails Jinchuriki anyway. All in all, Naruto is a beast even without being a Jinchuriki, and if anything, all of his time training to be strong without Kurama will finally be worthwhile. Now guys, that is the end of this article. This article will be left in the description below as a link, so you can go on ahead and check that out whenever you want to. Guys, what on this list do you think is capable for Naruto? Now, me personally, like I said, that 6-Path Sage Mode, seeing as how Naruto and Sasuke no longer have access to this power, is that theory debunked? But you know, I have another theory that could possibly fill in the plot hole here in the next video. So guys, make sure you are staying tuned for these 3-part series. Please do, because there's a lot of information packed in here that I want you guys to understand before chapter 65 gets here on the 20th. So guys, let me know what you feel and what you think in the comment section below. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, you already know what to do. Don't be afraid to hover and haunt that like button. Subscribe today to become part of the Soul Gang Team Nephilim. Let's get it. Tap that notification bell to know each and every time that I'm uploading videos. Guys, remember to hit that notification bell, cut it off and cut it back on so that you guys can get all of my video notifications. YouTube has that weird algorithm going on and I don't know what's going on. But guys, if you are good at the game, you gotta kill with skill. Guys, and until our next video, peace, y'all. Stay tuned for the next one, y'all. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.